Hello, and welcome once again to another edition of the Heart Talks with Rekha Vijay Shankar. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about depression. The recent death of Robin Williams has brought the focus on this issue once again to public mainstream and to public discussion. What interested me, what brought me to do this video on depression was a very simple question by a 10-year-old asking me to explain depression. I thought the best way to answer that would be to actually write a letter to depression, a heartfelt letter that created a genuine space for me to be frank, authentic, and honest for what the experience of depression has been for me personally and for people who I have known over the course of many years. My stint with depression, albeit brief after the birth of my children, was as daunting and as powerful as that faced by a lot of us as we journey through life. So here's my take on it. The letter reads as such: My dear depression, I have known of you for some time now. My first memory of you is the sadness I felt in my grandmother as she went about living her life challenged with responsibilities overwhelming in the face of bleak hope and little respite. I sensed her frustration and her disillusionment. I communed with her powerlessness. Yes, I felt her pain, raw and unrelenting. Over the course of the years that have since followed, I have seen the same mosaic of emotions, felt the same rawness of pain in loved ones, in friends, and even briefly in myself after the birth of my two children. As I talk about you to my little girl today, dear depression, take heart. Uncomfortable, sometimes even loathsome as you are, you bring some valuable gifts. Indeed, you have taught me the deepest lessons of life. Nothing could be a greater treasure, for in that, and in more ways than words could adequately express, I am to you deeply indebted and eternally grateful. The first lesson you taught me, if your gifts could be chronologically ordered at all, is the gift of a beating heart. Every time an old and a beautiful tree is mercilessly hacked by the sharp blade of a noisy machine to clear ground for human habitation, or for reckless timber trade, every time forests are cleared, vegetation destroyed and burnt, animals displaced and made homeless. Yes, my heart bleeds. Every time I hear the inconsolable wail of children orphaned by war, by terror, or by hunger, hapless victims of a tragedy they did not create or an ideology they do not understand. Yes, my heart bleeds. every time human beings, especially children, are used and abused for sex, yes, my heart bleeds. The sadness of heartbreak as I parted with my love, the destruction of something inside me as I lost loved ones to illness and death, the anxiety and the sheer numbness I felt as I sat by the bedside of the man I loved, as he waged his battle with a crippled body and a mangled brain, trying to make sense desperately of an overwhelmingly vast world around him. Yes, my heart bleeds. Yes, all this and more, vivid and overbearing at times as it is, causes my heart to bleed. And herein is the gift. Herein is the reminder that I have a beating heart, a heart that is full of love, of compassion. That is your gift to me, O depression. However overbearing you have been, you have blessed me with the gift of a beating heart. You have made life come alive to me in its myriad colors and emotions. The second gift you have brought me, my dear friend, is the lesson of value. I have learned that what is really of value seldom has a price to it. The sadness you brought me as I stood facing death, the death of dreams, of love, of loved ones, of the ego and its fierce attachments to ideals, to rights and wrongs, to what should and shouldn't be, to all that, you simply taught me the ultimate lesson of life, the lesson of mortality. Yes, I now understand what that means. We are all mortal. Our time on this planet is limited. This knowledge has had a profound effect upon me. I now stop to hear the birds sing. I smile to complete strangers, especially on a rainy day. I stay up late to watch television, especially Mrs. Brown's Boys, with my son over a bowl of popcorn. I get up early with my daughter and our puppy to watch sunrise. I sing to my rabbit as I go about my housework. The children and I cook dinner together. Wow. And of course I tell them how wonderful they are and how blessed I am. That is value in life. The sadness that accompanied the death of ideas and dreams, the death of loved ones, led me to the joy of celebrating life, of walking bare feet on the grass, of being able to commune with the pain and the joy of absolute strangers, even the trees. Lastly, though not least, depression, you brought me the gift of patience. Your discomfort is real, even loathsome. Attempts I made to mask it, to numb it, though understandable, didn't lead anywhere. You taught me, depression, that the only way out of darkness is to persevere through it. Dear child, my little daughter, do not be faced by sadness or low moods. These are natural and human. Seek instead the gifts they bring. Bear with them, persevere through them, and watch life come alive. Learn, like I did, that the only way to see and hear life is through the eyes of the heart. It is my invitation to you to join me on this journey called life, knowing light and shadow play together to create a mosaic that is truly valuable. Should you be interested in exploring depression from this angle, please feel free to email or to subscribe to this channel on YouTube. Many thanks for watching. God bless.